Unfortunately, some people were digging in our garden sometime between when the American Heart Association came on Wednesday afternoon and today, and some of our onions were pulled up. I also noticed a couple of our peppers were pulled off. At least they were ready to eat, so hopefully somebody took them home and ate them and didn't just throw them in the trash, because that would be very sad if somebody wasted our vegetables that we've been working hard on. The good thing about the onions that got pulled up is onions, you remember when we planted them, they were really, really skinny little pieces, right? Well, they've grown enough that we can pull them as young onions and still eat them. Some people plant so many onions that they pull them as they start growing, okay? And when they're ready to start eating some onions, they might pull them when they're about as big as the ones that we pulled today, or that were pulled for us, I should say, right? They don't have to get giant. They don't have to turn into a giant ball of an onion before you can pull them, okay? As they grow and as you're ready to eat them, you can pull them and eat them. When I was young, my granddad used to grow onions, and he would pick some as the season went along, and we would just have long green onions at the table when I would go over there for dinner that you would just pick up and eat, kind of like you eat a carrot, okay? And as the season went on and they got bigger and bigger, the onions would turn into the larger, ball size that you see at the grocery store when you go to buy a white onion, a yellow onion, or a red or purple onion, okay? So it's okay that we're eating these now. They're at a stage where we can enjoy them. It's sad that somebody went into our garden and messed around in it and messed it up, because it's kind of disrespectful. And, part of the whole thing about having a garden is learning many things, right? It's learning how to grow your own food. It's learning to respect your environment. It's learning to work together. And somebody coming in and messing in our garden is kind of completely counterproductive to all those things we're trying to do. But we're going to see the positive side and have an onion taste test. Okay, we have purple onion and we have white onion. If you want to try the purple onion first, raise your hand. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 9. Okay, so we're going to try the purple onion first because there's only 15 of us and that's over half the class. So purple onion wins without even having to do another taste test. So I want everybody to pick up their purple onion. It's the onion on the right. And go ahead and pop it in your mouth and try it. If you don't like it, you can put it back on your napkin. Please, let's not get overproductive about it. If it's nasty, a little ooh, yuck's fine. But if you like it, a little yummy, that's great too. But what do you think it tastes?
Sweet.
You think it's sweet? What about you, Anthony?
I think I like it. Actually, I never tried an onion raw before.
Okay.
So I like it, but I think it stings my tongue.
Okay, sure. Joshua?
It's spicy.
Spicy, that's a good description. Caleb?
It kind of tastes like grapes.
Really? Interesting. Johnny? Tastes good. Ava?
Yummy.
Yummy, okay. What about you, Grandma?
Tastes like sour.
Okay. I'm going to hold on for a second. I like the description of spicy because some onions are known to be spicy. Some onions are known to have a sweet flavor. The cool thing is, also, as the onions grow, their flavor will change, okay? The smaller the onion is, it's going to have a different flavor than it will the bigger it gets. It may become sweeter, it may become spicier. It all depends. I don't know all the ins and outs of that for a fact to be able to tell you which direction it's going to go as it gets bigger. But I do know that like the spiciness and the sweetness can change as it gets bigger. Just like a tomato, the more red it gets, the flavor will change. Or fruits. Berries are usually more tart and more sour the less ripe they are. Okay, some people would even say bitter. And the more ripe they become, the sweeter they become. The softer they become, the sweeter they become. Okay, now let's give our white onion a try. Let's see if it tastes any different, spicier or sweeter. Okay, let's go. Ooh.
Spicier.
You think it's spicier? I agree. I feel like it's spicier in my throat. I felt when I ate the red onion, I felt a little spice, but when I swallowed it, I didn't feel spice in my throat. The white onion, did I say red onion just a second ago, or did I say white onion? Okay, that's good. That's good. This white onion, when I ate that piece, I felt spicier. It felt spicier in my mouth, and it felt spicier in my throat. What about you, Ian?
It tastes sweet.
It did taste sweet, though. I agree. I felt like it was sweeter than the red onion, and I also felt like it was spicier than the red onion or purple onion, whichever you like to.
It's sour.
Sour. Okay. Okay. Not going to take your opinion away from you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's first it was sweet. It became a little sour. At the final layer, very hot or spicy.
I like that. I like how he talked about layers. One thing that's awesome about food is food has layers, okay? A single food can have layers. It tastes like something when it enters your mouth. As you chew on it, that flavor might change. And as you swallow it, it might change. Just like a dish that's composed of many ingredients, you might taste the tomato first, and then you might taste some of the spices, okay? You might taste something in the sauce. If you ever have a sauce, you might taste multiple things in the sauce, and as you're chewing it and as you're swallowing it, those flavors will be layered, like Caleb said, and you taste many different things. Viv?
It tastes yummy.
Mm-hmm. Mrs. Spotlight over here. All right. London?
To be honest, I really never used to like onion, but actually these onions from the garden are good.
You could say my garden or our garden. It
My
is.
garden
It's
is
ours.
actually
We're putting our
really
hands in our dirt and, well, not our dirt. We're putting our hands in hard work and elbow grease into it. What's up?
Well, I think that the purple onion was kind of spicy, but I don't think the white onion was spicy at all.
You
I
didn't.
just tasted some sweet.
Okay, you know what? And we can't take that away from people. Everybody has taste buds. That's our senses help us taste. Our smell and our taste buds kind of complete how it is we feel about foods and what they taste like. And just like a jalapeno pepper might be hot to me, but it not hot enough where I won't eat it, but it may burn London's mouth a completely different way.
When you talking about layers, I was thinking about the earth and its crust. Like on the movie I watched, they made a model of the earth and they opened it and they saw each layer.
Okay, you know what's cool about that? So we've talked about layers of food, we've talked about layers of earth, and guess what else has layers?
The sun. A rock.
How about onions?
They do. I peeled my layer.
You peeled your layer. Did you not notice we had these little rings, and each little ring was a new layer, right?
I did.
So in essence, you could look at an onion in essence as a sort of model of the earth. Okay, now an onion's got way more layers than the earth has, but I like the connections there. We've got earth layers, we've got food layers and the actual food itself, and we've got taste layers. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Royal.
To be honest, I think the onion was good. I'm not gonna say I've never tried an onion because for sure I've tried it in spaghetti.
Okay, yeah, sure. John A, last one. John A.
It was sweet, savory, and spicy.
Sweet, savory, and scrumptious. I believe we have some alliteration right there. A bunch of SSS's there. Sweet, savory, and scrumptious. Everybody like it? So, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. So check this out. Once some more tomatoes grow, and once a few more onions get big enough for us to pull, and once some more of those sweet peppers grow, we could take all those, cut them up, mix them together, and put a little marinade on them, and have like an onion, bell pepper, and tomato salad.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, you're not sure about it, but you would give it a try, right? Okay. Well, that's fine. And cucumbers. That's right, buddy. Hey, guess what? You can sit down and you can stand up, but you can't do both.
What about lettuce?
Can we do mint?
Well, our lettuce is over, baby. Our lettuce is over. Joshua.
Or probably we can make some spices, like we could create some spices with the peppers and tomatoes.
Yeah, well, you can do stuff like that, and you can make powders out of things. Now, that's a bit of a process that we might not be able to do in the time frame that we have, but we can certainly learn about it. And I say that we end this right here, and I've talked to Mr. Antoine about letting us go over there to his classroom because they're not there. And how about we check out about how they take peppers and make dried spices out of spices out of seeds and vegetables and other plant matter. Okay, herbs and spices. You want to learn how to make herbs and spices, dried herbs and spices?
Dry peppers.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Well, let's go check it out, guys.